What is noise? Noise is an unwanted signal which are interfered with the original message. Noise can refer anything that interrupt with the communication process between a speaker and the audience. Noise can be external, like a physical sound like this, or internal, a mental disturbance. It's also interrupt the communication process at any way, at any point. Noise can happen on my side as a speaker, or your side as a listener, or it can happen somewhere between us. There are four kinds of noise: physical, sociological, psychological, and semantic. Psychological noise is a distraction caused by hunger, headache, or other factors that affect how we feel and think. Physical noise is interface in our environment, such as a noise made by others and random pop-up ads. Psychological noise refers to a quality in us that affect how we communicate and interfere with others. For instance, if you occupy with a problem, you may be inattentive at a meeting and you keep thinking on the problem that occur. Number 4. Semantic noise exists when a word in the message are not mutually understood. For example, the speaker use certain slang that the audience can't understood.
Information overload is a situation which a person gets more information they can deal with at one time and become tired and confused. It is also a difficulty in understanding an issue and effectively making decisions when that one person has too much information about that issue.
What are the main causes of the information overload? First, modern journalism. Nowadays, because of the internet, news being produced every single second of the day, and it made viral so that it can reach more and more people in a short period. The same news is being shared by a million times, and it is done to get a competitive edge in the news reporting. Hence, modern journalism is one of the main causes of the information overload. Second, different platforms to share information. Nowadays, there are many platforms to share information, such as from media, social, mobile phones, radio, televisions, and many more. Third, the lack of methodology to validate the authenticity of the information. Because of the sad mode of modern time nowadays is that we have hundreds of platforms to get the information, but there is no method or platform to validate the authenticity of the information. The problem of information overload can be tackled up to some extent if people can validate what they are reading before retaining it and share it to other people. Easiness to share informations. In present time, because of the high quality camera and accessibility to internet has made every single person on the street as a news reporter. This is not only created an information overload, but it also created an abundance in accurate, baseless information. The same news is being shared over and over again and copied in a different form without checking the validity of the information.
Information overload can affect you in many ways. First, information overload leads to cognitive overloads. There is only a certain amount of information the human brain can process at one time. When we surpass that limit, symptoms of cognitive overload occur. We are no longer able to think clearly and feel like a huge ordeal in ourselves. Second, decision making becomes a real challenge. Consuming large volumes of information tires our mind. Making decisions is an energy-consuming process. When your brain is tired from too much information, the last thing it needs is another energy-consuming process like decision-making. Third, information overdose may trigger anxiety. Scientists call it information anxiety. Simply put, it is the feeling we get as a result of being unable to interpret large volumes of data. Information overdose can also aggravate anxiety one is already feeling.
Ways affect information overload. Number 4 is make it harder to focus. According to experts, information overload takes a toll on concentration and focus. When there is more information in our head than we can effectively process, our brain starts to rush from one idea to another. Think of it as a form of mental multitasking that makes your brain jump from one thought to another. As you might have guessed, this state of mind does nothing to help with concentration and focus. And lastly, what effect number 5 is critical thinking skills become impaired. If you consume way too much information, that becomes harder to distinguish between high quality and poor quality content, and that the outcomes can be traumatic.
How to deal with overload information. First, unplug for at least a few hours. The worst you can do when overloaded with information is to try to put more information inside your head. This applies to all information, including funny posts on Facebook or pictures of cute puppies on Instagram. This kind of information might be easier for your brain to digest, but you will do much better by going offline altogether and consider it as a short-term information detox. Secondly, take a walk outside and get engaged with real life. The best way to clear your mind is to take some time outside. This could be anything. For example, having a short walk in park, go to hiking or exploring a neighborhood that you have never been to. You have only 3 rules to follow. No social networks, no email, and no push notification. It's just you and the real world around. Third, take a break from your information hunt, and once you are back, filter all the clutter. No matter what you have been searching for, chances are high that you have collected at least some poorly sourced information. Take time to review it with fresh eyes and filter out the unhelpful content. Furthermore, kindly remind yourself that you can't read, process, or analyze all information. For nearly any topic or questions, Google will give you more answers that you can possibly grasp. Keep this in your mind and know when it's time to stop. Unless you are an expert in a given field, reading around 3 to 5 high quality of material on a topic should be just enough.